Hey Camp in a Box campers, welcome to your next week of camp. So for this week we are going to teach you how to have a campfire and then how to roast s'mores over your campfire. So this is a really exciting week. This is one you want to make sure that you have your parents help with though for any of the age groups. So for our 6 to 8 year olds, you want to go grab from your box the bag that has cotton balls with Vaseline in them. And then the 9 to 12 year olds, you can check out our other video about fire starting with your flint and steel and your cotton balls and Vaseline. And that can help you get your fire started here, but we do have a separate video for that. But you want to go grab those items so you have them ready for your campfire. That's what you have in your box, and then you also want to grab your s'mores kit. So you've got a marshmallow, some chocolate, and some graham crackers. They should all be wrapped up together. You're going to get that because you're going to be ready to make your s'mores as soon as your fire is started. Again, you want to make sure that you have your parents for this one because we do want to practice fire safety. It is especially important when you're starting a campfire to make sure you're doing it in a safe area. So where we are here at camp, this is one of our fire pits. You can see there's a nice stone wall around me. That's going to help contain the fire should it grow too large so that it doesn't expand to other areas and set a fire over here, either the greenway or around your house. So if you are at home and you have a fire pit or you kind of have like a nice fire bowl, just check with your parents on a good place that you can start your campfire. The other thing is I've made sure the area is well cleared of any extra debris. There is some kind of charred logs around me, but that's okay. But otherwise, we made sure that there's no flammable items up and around me that I'm not going to be using for the fire so that we don't, again, try and spread a fire accidentally. I am going to use a lighter to start my fire today. What I've already done is our cotton balls with Vaseline are down here on the bottom. I've also made sure the ground that I'm working on is dry, so it's not super wet. If you have wet ground, the fire's not going to catch well. The other thing we've gone and done, we've collected some kindling. So this is kindling. You want to start out finding really small pieces. So some of this is, let me find a nice thin one, very thin wood that you've got here. So you want to look for things that are on the ground. You don't want to break it off live trees because that won't burn well. You want it on the ground because that means it's died. And you want it nice and thin to start with. So you're going to start with your smallest item, which is your fire starter, your cotton ball and Vaseline. You can also, if with your parents' help, shave some of this wood off, and that makes it a little bit better fire starter. And then you start with the very thin pieces. There's multiple ways to set up your logs. You can get wood logs from a number of stores, so you can ask your parents for help with that. So we've kind of just set up a little bit lean-to here. I apologize if you hear the lawnmower in the background. And then once my fire gets ready to go, I have some larger kindling sticks here that I'll help put on because this wood is not going to catch right away on its own. You need to build it up from small things. So I've got my kindling on my cotton balls here, so I'm going to go ahead and light my cotton balls. Again, make sure you have a parent's help for this. Yep. Try and get it caught here. Have a little trying to get it caught today. It's almost catching. We're gonna try and get both of them down here. There, I caught it down there now. It's starting to build. So some of the things that we look for with our campfire, kind of why it's down below the wall, is it helps protect it from major wind. Fire does need oxygen so that it can grow. So sometimes your parents can help if you need to give just a little bit of wind. You can use a piece of paper and kind of fan some wind into it. You don't want to use a lot though because that can still put out the fire. But if it needs a little help catching, you can do that as well. So you can see my cotton balls, they're starting to catch our kindling here. So I'm going to let that keep going. Now's a great time to go ahead and get your s'mores ready as your fire starting. Make sure somebody has their eyes on the fire at all time. But if you go ahead and get your s'mores ready, if you've never had a s'mores, this is a great summer campfire treat to try. So I'm so excited for all of you. What you need to do is get a good roasting stick for your marshmallow. You can use ones that you buy from the store, or you can even find yourself a good stick. I'll see if I have a good one over here. You can sharpen this down a little bit, and then just make sure to stick it in the fire a little bit to clean it, because the sticks have been outside. You don't want to catch it on fire, just enough to clean it, and then you can wipe that down. You can stick your marshmallow right on top, and then of course roast your marshmallow in the fire. Cook it however you like. Some people like it just a little bit brown. Some people like to catch their marshmallow on fire. Just be safe when you have to blow out your marshmallow. Don't wave your marshmallow on fire all around. And then you take your graham cracker, you put your chocolate on top, you put that s'more right on down, put the other graham cracker, slide it out, and you have a wonderfully delicious summer treat. So guys, I hope you have a fun, safe time starting your campfire, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week in our next video. Bye guys.